years older. Ashley's in her 30s now. She's 36. She's probably not having any more kids. Maybe she has one more. I feel like she's with a 50-year-old divorced dad. I just think that's who she is. And that's that DC scene. Maybe he's a lawyer. I don't think he's going to be famous. I do not
like a congressman or something.
Yeah, I feel like she could be more like our girl. Oh my God, I always say her name wrong. In RHOA. Not Eva. I always say it wrong.
Portia?
No.
Kenya? Marlo?
No, she used to be on the show, and now she's, her husband's like a lawyer or district attorney, or
Phaedra?
He's the mayor or something of Atlanta. Oh my God, why do I always? No, she was just on Girls Trip up at Dorinda's. She was from Atlanta.
Eva Marcel.
Eva.
Okay. Eva. Oh, well, I mean,
I could see her being more of an Eva. Ashley Darby.
Okay. Well, guess who's having there's a lot going on with Coach Shah, speaking of men from Bravo.
Okay. Yes, talk to me. And then I need a direct line to Kim D.
You talk to me. What do you got to say about, I guess Jen Shah, there's these, first of all, by the time everyone hears this, by the time people are listening to this episode,
yes,
we will have a verdict. We will have a sentencing, of Miss Jen Shah. Today is, what's today? The 5th? Today's the 4th. Her sentencing is in 2 days. Okay. So everyone's going to know, but she hinted in these text messages where she's I don't know if this proves anything, where she's like, Coach Shah will help us. Did you see all these?
I did. And I see the government releasing
she's texting. She's texting Stuart, and she says something like, Coach Shah will help us. Does this mean anything to you?
Yes.
Does this mean that that Coach Shah knew? Is that what it means to you?
Yeah, I think to me, this makes a lot of sense. This is my take on this. Now, again, we're not going to, maybe we will after she's sentenced, but I don't know, where she cut a plea deal and she didn't go to trial. A lot of things are not going to be released, right? Because clearly the government presented their evidence and who was going to turn on her to her attorneys. And it became so much. Her attorneys were like, we advise you to take a plea deal. You are not, this is overwhelming evidence that you are guilty, right? So I think because she did that, she's cut this deal, probably a lot of the evidence isn't going to come out. And, we've talked a lot about how could she do this? It's very selfish to her family. And maybe she's taking the fall for Coach Shah, who, was involved to some degree or had knowledge of it. And she's going to go to jail. Coach Shah is going to continue to be a coach as long as, there isn't anything incriminating or
raise the boys.
I think you and I on this podcast have always said it did not make sense in the public eye how people have not come for Coach Shah in the way that they have come for EJ. In fact, on Salt Lake this year, the guys have gotten around and prayed for Coach Shah. It's kind of insane. I've just never thought, I've always thought that if she was doing all this, why wouldn't he divorce her like EJ did to Tom Girardi?
I hope Coach Shah didn't know. He's a nice guy.
Well, I hope so too, but
I still don't know. I still don't get it. I still don't know. What am I trying to say? How, when you're in the Shah Chalet and you see 25 furs, and now we know all the shit was fake, how do you not say, where is this money coming from? That is the problem I have. That's just the problem I have. I don't know how you don't know. I don't know how Coach Shah is so innocent and everyone wants Erica strung up. I know. Now you're going to DM and say Coach Shah's nice and Erica's vile. Save your DMs. I don't want to hear it. I see no difference in Coach Shah and Erica. Sorry. Speaking of Salt Lake, God, we're talking a lot about a franchise that's not doing so great. Meredith Marks, did you see the comment where someone's like, bring back Mary, and she's like, trying. You and I have said that. Yeah, I don't think she's coming back. Never. You and I have said that on this podcast. There's something, Mary is off center. She is unhinged. She is great TV. There's something she brought to this show. I don't know if she's going to solve it, but these 3 newbies, you got to get rid of all 3 of them. And now we're left with the same 5. Where does this show go? Where? Please listen. I can be reinvigorated. I didn't love Miami when it was canceled after season 3. Hey, 10 years made a difference. But so next season of Salt Lake could be great. I don't know how they're going to get there. What do you do with these 5 women if Mary doesn't come back? You're going to hire someone else from the town? You're going to have an open casting call and who's going to show up?
I'll tell you,
I sound so negative. I'm so sorry, but who the hell's going to show up for that casting call? Okay. And that's going to be your savior. Save your time, pull the plug.
Oh, I don't know if they can. I think
they're not going to pull the plug.
They have so much money in it, and they have good, Heather,
I love Meredith.
Lisa. I mean, they are really good. They're just missing that kind of, like you're saying, Mary or Jen. They're missing that unpredictable factor. You know what I mean? They need that person. And I think you're right. The 3 friends they're not it. They've got to find somebody else. And maybe that somebody else is someone that's suddenly moving to Salt Lake. That's an outsider that's moving in. That's kind of a friend of a friend.
All these people, like the Lizzie Savetsky, like the people that, not her, but the people that rumored are moving states to be on the show. No offense, Lizzie. Go find someone that applied in New York or Beverly Hills or
who's in your
somewhere
roster.
And just be like, listen, girl. You can't rent something down the street from Lisa Barlow. Wink, wink, wink. Bethany Frankel says on her Rewives podcast, none of you own anything. So rent a fucking house. How much does a house cost to rent in Salt Lake? $1.25? Go and rent the shit for 3 months while we film and work your way in there. And they're going to have to go find someone, right? They're not going to cancel it. It's not going to happen. I get it. And I love Meredith. She's great to me. I like Lisa. So I like everybody involved. Whitney's been on my show. There's no offense. There's no arrogance. It's just, I want this to be great. I thought it was the first and second season were so great. And to me, it had nothing to do with Jen Shah. That the scandal, it didn't. That scene last year, it was about Jen, but there was that dinner party on vacation. I'm like, that's how Miami is now. Everybody's bringing it. Meredith is having a breakdown. So that's enough. Wait, Whitney's now upset and she's reacting. Heather's in the corner doing God knows. It's like each person, it's like a comedy of epic air. That's how Salt Lake was to me. It was so strong. And now what happened? And I don't think Mary's going to come back. I think she's smarter and she doesn't want the church to be looked into. What is she going to do? Be like Carol Raswell, who had the no Kennedy clause? If they're desperate enough, I guess they could try to have her have a no church clause, but
no, but someone will still investigate.
Someone will bring it up, and someone will